Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome for the first time on the podcast, Twitch streamer Jagkoleen. Thanks for coming.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
So, like I said before, like my intern found you, and I'm like, okay, because we're open. The Steebee Weebee Show is open to anyone who's doing something cool, you know. And so, let's get some background information. You're on Twitch, right?
Yes.
You do Twitch, but where are you originally from?
Oh, like my hometown?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm actually from Arcadia.
Oh, that's what's up.
So, born and raised in LA. We've been out here.
Now, is Arcadia, is that known for a big Asian community?
Oh, yes. A lot of Asians in Arcadia. I think my high school growing up, there's probably like 80% Asian.
Really?
Like, Asians were the majority at my school.
Is Arcadia near Rosemead?
Yeah, it's like in the San
In that
Gabriel
area?
Valley. Yeah, that area.
Okay, so what are the main things y'all are known for? You're known for the boba, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. There's lots
Lot
and
of
lots
boba
of boba.
spots?
Yes.
And so, as well as, and I mentioned Meat Fresh earlier.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then you mentioned you are Taiwanese as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
so
get
there's a lot of
mistaken
Taiwan.
for any other races? I thought you were Korean.
yes.
I thought you were Korean.
Oh, yes,
Honestly,
definitely
I'm like, oh, she looks
Korean.
Korean.
Yeah, when I had my lighter hair, actually, it was like a little bit light brown. Everyone thought I was Korean.
Do they come up to you and start
they would
speaking
just they would just start
"Annyeonghaseyo,
saying
no
stuff, and I'm
people."
like nodding my head, like yes.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
But they would also think I'm like Filipino too, because in the
You got
summer,
that a lot?
yeah, in the summer I get really tan, and they just think like, oh, dark Asian, you're a Filipino. I'm like, oh, no.
What high school did you attend?
Oh, Arcadia High School. Yeah.
Now, were there Latinos as well and white people as well?
We had some white people, but it wasn't like the majority. Yeah.
See, where I went to school, there wasn't a lot of Asians.
See, it's the opposite.
It was the opposite. It was mostly white people.
Yeah, my school was really weird because it's like it was different from most high schools where it's like the cheerleaders and the football players weren't the popular people. It was
Who were they?
people in band.
That's usually flipped.
Yeah, because all the Asian kids are in band, and they were the ones that were like homecoming royalty and stuff like that.
They were the outcasts of my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, band,
like
they were
ours
considered like the
completely flipped.
geeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours, the band kids were cool. Like, they were cool, especially, like, percussion guys were cool.
Why percussion? Those the drummer.
Yeah. Something about, banging the drums.
No, that's a single snare, huh? Some of them, the way they strap it on,
Yeah.
they go.
That stuff is really intense because they have, like, World Guard, where they do the whole show.
What's World Guard?
It's, like, kind of like Color Guard, but with, like, percussion in it a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
And it's, like, a whole show, and they go to, like, travel and do those things.
And let me ask you this. So, like, would you agree that maybe most of the Asian people were, like, the popular ones? Because they're predominantly the population
they
was
were.
Asian.
Yeah.
Not in my school.
Really?
Yeah, where it was kind of like there was not a lot of Asians.
Oh, really? Like you could count them in one hand?
Basically 2,
Oh.
maybe 8 or 9 or 10, maybe.
Oh, that is so little. Yeah.
Even my
mine is
brother, my
different.
brother is known in the entertainment world, but he was even kind of an outcast somewhat in high school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because you said you were from San Diego.
San Diego
right?
Poway.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that's understandable.
We're known for our wrestling program and
Oh.
everything, yeah. And our band.
Oh,
well, yeah.
okay. The
Have you heard of
band.
Blink 182?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tom went to my high school.
Oh, I see.
The lead singer of Blink 182 went to my high school.
Well, there you go. You got some legacy.
But the thing is about him is he's obviously became a rock star, right? But even back then, he was popular.
Oh,
like he was nominated Homecoming King.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was like he won in both worlds. Like even in high school, he won. You know, he
just kept winning at life.
Yeah, and then later, I mean, I ended up going to Arizona State. My homies would visit, and they had all of the Blink CDs, and they're like, "He's on MTV, check it out." I'm like, "What?"
You're like, "Oh, that guy used to go to my school."
Not only that, he'd perform at the local keg part, like the
local
really? High school parties, like in the back by the swimming pool.
Dude, whoever
no
had
one would
those
pay
videos.
attention. They would ignore it. He'd be like, you know.
Whoever has those videos now, man.
Oh, that'd be a YouTube hit.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good thing. So anyone out there who went to Poway High School in the 90s, class of 93, and if you happen to have a Blink performance at a kegger party,
yes, send it in.
Holler at me.
Yes.
No
Submissions accepted.
Yeah. Now let's get back to so your trajectory as far as, so when did you get into video games?
Oh, the thing about my Twitch streaming actually is I stream in just chatting, which
really?
I don't know if you know that category. Twitch, there's
no. I kind of know.
Oh, you
Gina, yeah, well, Gina does a thing where it's sleep streaming. And
just chatting is kind of like the area where it's like everything but the video games. You know?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So
it's like,
what's the interaction like with you and your audience?
Okay, honestly, for my stream, I just go on and I like smoke weed and I talk to my viewers, and sometimes we play video games. Sometimes we play Fall Guys, and sometimes we play like Among Us and Scribblio, and we just get really faded, and it's a good time.
And so, are they mostly guys?
There's guys and girls.
A mix? There's a mix.
Definitely more guys, but now I'm getting a little bit more girls too, because it's nice to have like an even amount.
Yeah. No, we talked about this off camera, but you like as far as dealing with like the weirdos or whatnot on social media and maybe on the Twitch, like how do you deal with that element?
Oh, because Twitch is nice where you have moderators. So I have some where I had like moderators where I vetted them out and they.
What do you mean? What does vetted mean?
Oh yeah, because you might have this situation where you get power mods, and that happened to me before, which is like. Power mods are basically like someone who's your moderator, but like wants to like basically control everything.
Really?
Eventually. Yeah. So I used to, Discord.
Of course. Yeah. Because we have homies that they stream on Discord.
Yeah. So then I have a Discord server for my stream.
Describe to the viewers and listeners what Discord is.
Oh yeah. Discord is kind of like Slack, but like chiller version. You have voice channels and you have like chat channels, and you can put like whatever you want in it.
It's a platform to put your stuff on, right? As far as your streams, right?
Yeah.
It's a streaming platform that enables you to do that, right?
Yeah. It has streaming on there, so you can also stream with your viewers on there. So I have like smoke sesh streams on Discord because on Twitch I can't have people like random smoking on mine because of like issues with it being legal and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I can do it on Discord.
That kind of caught me off guard. Like that's why you can't judge a book by its cover. But I didn't even know that you smoke weed or any of that.
Yeah, a lot of people do not think that when they see me because I'm just this little Asian girl.
Yeah, when did you get? When did you start? Getting involved with the marijuana thing.
So basically I used to be one of those like people in high school that would be like, I will never ever smoke weed. And I was like, people who smoke weed, that is the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
And then after, I think it basically became where I had a boyfriend that was into all of that. And then I was
in high school.
Yeah, it was like I was actually after college. I only started in college.
Oh right. Oh really? So you started late.
Yeah, so I started later than everyone.
You didn't experiment with like the drinking phase in high school?
That's why I was a really goody in high school.
Focused on academics?
Yeah. Not even that. I just had very strict parents.
Asian tiger parents?
Yeah, you had to be home by
Were they tiger
10.
parents?
Yes.
Explain to the viewers and listeners what a tiger parent is.
Tiger parents is like Asian parents that are just very like controlling and very strict about like things you do. You have curfew, you have to get straight A's, and you have to have like at least 4 or 5 extracurriculars.
Oh, geez,
GPA gotta be 4.0. If it's not 4.0, we don't want it.
Have you heard of that story? It's a famous story where there's an Asian girl. She ended up killing her parents.
Oh, really?
Like she had it set up.
Oh my god.
Where they were tiger parents, right? And she was dating this. He was a drug dealer. He was an Asian dude. But she set it up where let's hire these dudes to make it look like a break-in. And then they gave them money, and then they ended up shooting both parents. Surprisingly, the father survived.
Oh wow!
But the whole interrogation, I forgot the name. Have you heard of this? Yeah. The whole interrogation is on YouTube, so you can see it's like 2 hours. But
I would think I would know it because I love true crime stuff like that. I love it
too.
Yeah, right.
I'll send you it after once I find. I forgot the name of it, but she said that because a lot of the police were asking, well, why didn't they kill you if it was a break-in and a robbery? And she goes, well, my hand was tied up to the back of this thing, this yawning thing, or at the top of the stairs or whatever. And then surprisingly, they asked, well, how did you call 911?
Oh yeah, if you're tied up.
And so she got put on the spot, but she ended up like demonstrating how she was able to take the phone out of her back pocket and go like this and go, I need help.
That is some quick thinking right there.
But you know what it makes? I love crime and the investigations and all that, like
I love
forensics also, because you get to peer into that world as far as like interrogating and like the psychology involved of catching someone in a lie. So they basically there's different techniques that they were using on her. Yeah, and she finally cracked.
Oh really?
Yeah, she finally, because there's different methods. I did not know this, but there is different psychological methods that these interrogators use, or the police use. That's why they say you have the right to remain silent. Like,
because I'm not gonna say anything.
That alone, if she didn't say shit, she probably.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the lawyer's there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in her case, she should have got caught. That's saying true. If you're innocent, but there's a reason why they say that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So what is that telling you? That's saying whatever the fuck you say, watch it.
Exactly.
We're recording it, and we're going to flip it on you.
Yeah, because don't they do that thing where they like purposely leave out like little key details, and then you say it, and you're like, it was a red jacket. And they're like, how did you know it was a red jacket?
That's what they did with her. They're like, well, you said this was the time, or they caught her live. They caught her in some lies.
That's how they get you.
But so she ended up getting obviously life in prison, but the father survived.
Did he ever talk to her?
Well, he was the police. They were waiting. They're interrogating her, but throughout that process, they were waiting. Because I was the other witness. The mom died, but the father survived. He got shot in the head, but still survived.
Oh my god!
But it showed. You could hear the audio of him screaming in the background, like in
the 911 call.
Yeah.
Oh, those 911 calls are always like very hard to listen to.
Yeah. So I forgot. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Okay. So this is going back to your experience. Your parents were tiger parents.
Oh yes.
And that's why you avoided partying.
Yeah, because it's like, I think I went to one high school party when I was in high school, and then they're like, you know how parties start at 10 o'clock usually, right? And they're like, okay, you have to come home by 10. So then I'm like, what's the point, So I think I literally went to one, took one shot, and got picked up. It was great.
Really?
And that was like the first time I realized that I have Asian glow when I drink.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
like
my face turned red.
Yeah, I'll freaking like tongue dip the alcohol, and then I'll turn red.
And then, but the thing is, that's drinking, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember the first time you smoked marijuana?
Oh yes, the first time I got high from a bong was not good for sure. You know how
was it Kush? Was it like good?
Yeah,
it was good.
Like,
it wasn't.
Yeah, I took it from a bong, and my ex at the time, he was like, "Oh, you're good. I think you could take one more." So I took 2 bong hits my first time.
Like a gravity bong, like a water bong.
Yeah, no, like a glass bong.
Like a legit,
like hardcore real one.
Hardcore glass stem, whatever.
Yeah, I got the perks and everything. And then like I just took that, and I remember I was sitting and we were listening to music, and then like it was hardcore EDM, and then all of a sudden that thing just hit me like a train. And I was
it creeped up on you?
Yeah, and I was like, am I like moving, or is that the music? And then people were like talking because it was like people around, and then I'm like, am I laughing too late? Because like people say
so
stuff.
You got paranoid?
Yeah, and I'm like, am I laughing too late? And then I was like getting tripped out, and I just got to the point where I was so high I couldn't move. And then those are the worst.
I smoked for like 18 years.
Oh, really?
I'm sober right now.
Oh,
I don't even do anything. No alcohol. I mean, I do the worst is nicotine.
Oh.
I still do this, but what ended up happening with me is I got paranoid.
Oh, that happens a lot to my friends actually that smoke a lot, but then they stop, and then it makes them paranoid.
Can I tell you what happened? I'll tell you a story of what happened.
Okay.
It was a Thanksgiving. I met a girl. She was actually one of the managers for. Do you remember American Apparel Clothing?
Yes.
Okay, so she
definitely remember.
Yeah, so she worked at the one in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
And my homie Jamil introduced me to her, and like we hit it off great. She's like, "Hey, I'm doing this. Thanksgiving dinner. You wanna kick it? You wanna come? You wanna go together?" And so I mean, back then I had a car. I don't have a car now, but back then I had a car, and she didn't have a car. So she goes, "Oh, it's no biggie. I'll just take the metro and meet you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so I thought it'd be a good idea. Before she came, I'm like, "Oh shit. It's Thanksgiving. I need to bring like a pumpkin pie."
Oh yeah, like a little.
Yeah, like a gift.
A bottle of wine.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I fucking smoked a blunt. It was a Kush blunt. It was like the Perps.
Ooh, okay.
And it was a full on. It was in the Swisher. I hit it like 5 times. So I hit it, and I got pretty stoned. And I go, "Oh fuck, I got like an hour." And then I am like, "Oh, I'll just drive now."
Yeah.
So that way I could have it, and by the time she gets here, we could just take off to the spot.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is, I take the left, and then I take the right into Ralph's. There was a car parked on the side, and I was high, but and I thought, oh my. I had the right of way. I didn't know this car was coming out.
It was moving.
I didn't know that. It was about to move into my lane.
You thought it was parked.
Yeah, so it was there. Dude, I got into a collision.
Oh.
So it hit, like, it went like this. Like, my car's going this way into Ralph's, and it went like that and hit me like this way.
Like a little T-bone.
Yeah. And then I remember, the paranoia even registered higher. You know what I'm saying? It went up like 2 or 3 meters. So I'm sweating, and I remember looking at them, and they go, "Fuck you," like fucking pull around.
They're like, "Come back here."
To get your fucking insurance. Like, you're fucked. And so I didn't know what to do. So I'm in the parking lot of Ralph's, and I'm sweating, and I'm even more. I'm like, it's either fighter. Flight, whatever the term. What is it? Is it
your fight or flight?
Fight or flight.
Instinct,
yeah, the instincts kicked in. So I just went. And I went, and then I went back, and then I fucking. It was like I left the scene.
Oh my!
And so I'm now. Keep in mind, I have a date.
Oh yeah.
I have a date in 30 minutes.
Are you late still? Oh yeah.
No. So I just got into this thing, and I left this accident basically.
Was your car okay though?
I didn't give a fuck.
Oh okay, you're like, we good.
It had a little dent in it. It had a little dent in it. But so now I'm fucking ultra, like the CIA's after me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. I close all the blinds, and I'm fucking paranoid. And I mean, imagine how that date went.
Oh my God. You started it off with paranoia.
I mean, even going up to the Thanksgiving dinner, I was like, just not in the right.
Stressed.
Oh my God. And I remember there was a moment where, it could have got romantic. Like, we were all watching a movie after dinner. And like, I was like, I could have like kicked it, like made a move. Yeah. But I was literally like, she was like giving me like every you know, give me the hint, like, hey, and I was just literally like, didn't know how to sit on the couch. I was like.
Wait, because you were high? Or
I was like, I was high and I was paranoid. I was thinking about. I thought the police.
You're like, my car.
I thought I thought the police were after me.
Were there cameras?
And I just remember dropping her off, and same mistake. I just like went, okay, get later. You know, like it was just like.
But you hit someone up?
Huh?
You hit another one?
No. I dropped her off after the end of the Thanksgiving day.
Okay.
I ended up dropping her back off in Echo Park somewhere. And like I didn't, that's the time if you were to make a move, like, hey, can I come in? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you invite me, whatever.
It's okay. The weed took over that day.
Yeah. So have you experienced anything like that?
I mean, I feel like not so much where I get as paranoid, but like definitely because I live by myself, and it's like definitely could be when you're by yourself and you're super, super faded and you like hear a noise somewhere and you're like, is there a robber in here? Is there a robber in my house?
Yeah.
And then, so just like stuff like that. But I think like now my tolerance for weed is very, very high. It's like.
And that's really crazy you would say that now in today's age.
Yeah.
Because from when I was growing up, the weed has drastically changed.
Oh, yeah.
Drastically.
Do you say that it got stronger? Or
yeah,
because
I used to smoke like the ones with the seeds in it.
Yeah, you used to pick up from a plug.
Like
that
the
shit has
brickweed,
seeds
the
and
brown.
Yeah,
weed,
you were like, you'd be grateful if it was green.
You would smoke like a pound of it, and you'd be like, I'm still not high.
Yeah, you're like, is that oregano or what's up?
Yeah. So now. You're basically saying you have a tolerance for
it's because I think like just doing my streaming stuff, like I smoke and I talk to people on there, and a lot of people, my viewers, also smoke with me while I do it.
Would you say it's kind of like a ceremonial kind of?
Yeah, it's like a smoke sesh.
It's
like a virtual smoke hang.
So do they show you their weed or their papers?
Oh yeah, they go,
hey, I'm using.
They show it to me in Discord. Yeah, because I can't see it from like my end on Twitch, but then they post it in Discord.
Yeah.
Some of my viewers smoke more than I do.
Right. Now, would you say like, because I used to use, because I do music, right? Mm-hmm. So I would use marijuana for musical purposes. Mm-hmm. But now, would you say it's more like, and I would want to be by myself. Like I'd smoke by myself all the time.
Oh yeah, I smoke by myself too.
But would you say nowadays, since it's so like,
yeah, it's more like of a social.
It's a social thing.
Yeah, it's more of like a social thing. It's like more accepted, like kind of like drinking now, because it's like more places. I think they're okay with you smoking weed. Yeah, they're just like do it outside.
Do your folks know you smoke?
Yes, they do. They're not big fans of it, but they know like deep down.
Oh, they're not tripping. I mean, I'm sure they're more like.
Oh, I think they just don't know to what magnitude, I say.
Do they know you just do it recreationally? Like it's not crazy or nothing?
Because I have some other family members that also like do it recreationally too. So I think they're okay with that, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Look, I don't even judge it. I don't even consider it a bad thing.
Yeah, like, I don't even. I consider it's like weed and alcohol are on like the same level for me.
No, I think weed's better for you.
I think weed, because like alcohol for me just does not like. I'll just like, it's a very fine line between being drunk or just throwing up. You know?
Yeah. Now, and the thing with alcohol, like DUIs.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like, like you end up like really blacking out or doing stupid shit.
Because you like actually cannot drive like when you drink and stuff like that.
But with weed, you might be so paranoid you don't want to fucking fuck up.
Oh yeah, honestly, I think like if you drive, like not that you should ever drive while you're on anything, but I think people who like drive on weed or drive slower and chiller, if anything.
More cautious.
Yeah, no, more cautious.
More cautious and aware. Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned that you live alone.
Yeah.
Have you? Because that's what I prefer personally. Let me ask you: Have you always been that way? Because you're you mentioned you are in a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Well. No. Why not live with the dude?
Just hasn't gotten to that point yet, but I haven't had a relationship where I've moved in with them before. Most of the time I'm like by myself, and then
do you prefer it that way? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I kind of like
what are the reasons? What are the benefits of that?
Like I like being alone, like the alone time sometimes, you know, right?
Me too.
It's just like kind of like being like a introvert / extrovert. Like when I need to be social, I can, but then like when I want to be by myself, I want to be by myself.
Not only that, if you're dealing with a roommate or roommates, you can't do really what you want to do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you might eat their shit in the fridge. Yes. They'd be like, "Hey, dude, you drink my last Gatorade?" Or
that was a struggle back then, because I lived with people in college.
Me too.
Yeah, and then we shared.
Did not work. We were homies.
Everything was labeled.
Yeah, we were homies, but when we ended that relationship, we weren't as good as homies.
Oh, I see. Like, yeah, you never know until you live with someone.
Yeah,
that's when you really get to know someone.
So what are some other positive aspects living by yourself? It's like you don't have to deal with other people. You can come and go as you want.
You could just walk around naked if you want.
Yeah, you could do that, right? You don't have to worry about if you're making too much noise.
Yeah, that's another thing.
If you're eating their shit. Let's say you have... if you want a date or something, you can't just bring a person over. You gotta get a heads up from them.
I remember that some of my friends, they didn't fully like live on their own yet, and then they would have to like complain about like, oh, am I supposed to bring a guy home or not? And I'm like, thank God I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Now, do you like how long have you always been in committed relationships as well?
No, actually, before the one I'm in right now, I actually was single for like 3-4 years.
That's
so
good.
Basically everything I've been doing, like doing the Twitch stuff, that was all like when I was single. So it was actually kind of hard to get my like viewers used to the fact that I was in a relationship, because the second I posted someone,
because they want to be.
Yeah.
Am I out of pocket for saying that?
The what?
Am I out of pocket for saying maybe some of the people that are tuning in might fantasize? They'd be like, oh, you know, like there's a voyeuristic element about that, right?
Literally, I think the post that I posted a picture of my boyfriend and I, and
they did not like
commented under it, they're like, unfollowed. And I'm like,
oh, they're hating
I'm like, this is not a freaking like airport departure thing. You do not need to announce your like departure.
You just do
Thank
it if
you
want to do that. Yeah. Now, have they kind of expressed, like, have you gotten messages from them like, hey, I don't think he's a good fit. I think.
Oh yes.
Because I know you. I watch your streams.
Yeah.
I think I would be a better fit. I know you well.
Yes, there are definitely some that are like that, and also because my boyfriend is black, so there's
that's
some.
What's up.
There's
okay.
There's some of my followers.
So the Asians they feel they are they?
Yeah,
you have some Asian haters.
Some,
like what's up? Like Asians ain't good enough.
I know.
Especially in today's climate, because we're getting all this Asian hate.
Mm-hmm.
So are they kind of coming at you like that?
There definitely been some messages like that, and some are just being a little racist too. And they were saying, some person, I think, in a message, they were like, your boyfriend and blah 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 are the reason why COVID and all this. And I'm like,
what?
Where did that even come from?
Well, wait. I want to know the logic behind. Wait, hold up. Let's stay on that for a sec. What's the logic behind that? That makes no
literally
fucking
don't
sense.
understand. I think they just want to blame things on people or something.
Yeah.
I was like, where? Like, can you connect the dots for me? Because I'm not getting that.
Yeah. So that's just really like not logical in that they're coming from left field as far as saying some shit like that.
There's just always been crazy things that I get. Like there's the craziest like DM I've ever gotten was a video of this guy sent a video of himself licking his own dick.
Come again? That's what happened?
He sent a video of, I still have the video, I think. He was. It
would have been cooler if he was licking his own ass.
No, like he was licking his own. And I remember I was like, what the? I was like, wait, can all guys do this?
Where in his mind?
Yeah.
Did he think that was a good idea?
Yeah, I don't know. Was he thinking like, oh, she's going to think I'm super flexible, or like, what's up? Like, I don't know what his plan was that. He literally just sent that video. Was it unsolicited?
He just did that?
Yeah, he just sent that video.
I would understand it because I'm trying to, bring context into this, right? I would understand if y'all were talking back and forth.
Oh, yes.
And, you guys showed interest in each other and like, oh, cool. Yeah. But then you're telling me certain times out of nowhere, you'll get a video of a guy licking his own thing, penis.
Definitely the most outstanding one I've seen.
How do you top that? Would the butthole be a different level?
Oh yeah, see that one I've yet
I'd
to
respect
see.
that more because it's like, oh, he's
like
flexible.
To see that. Yeah, because you know he's like getting all up in there.
Yeah, and then he's like
a
really,
little,
like
yeah,
really
like,
bending down.
Yeah, it's like a
to
little
like,
human pretzel.
Yeah. You know, I'll give you an example. Like, okay, so in my dorm, I lived on one side of the campus. This is Arizona State, but then the other side had like the ethnic dormitories.
Oh, I see.
So there's the black area, there's the Native American area, you know, Asians. But then all my homies, most of them at one time were all black.
Oh,
and they did the opposite with me. They would be like, "Yo, like, I wouldn't even be mad if Steve dated one of ours." They you know, they straight up gave me the pass.
You were a
they
part
gave
of,
me the pass. I mean,
you were invited to the
they
cookout.
They gave me a pass into the tribe. Like, oh no, Steve's cool. You know, like, cause you know, I not only skated with some of them, we did music. You know what I mean? We would, you know, they were into rap and.
You were a part of it.
Yeah, so they gave me the thumbs up. Like, no, well, we wouldn't be mad if
Steve's good.
Yeah, and then I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh.
You're like, guys,
that's
I'm accepted.
Cool. Yeah. So, you know, the thing, would you agree with this? I'm not trying to generalize with Asians, but Asians are a bit weird as far as like supporting other. I mean, now it's different because of like they're getting bashed over. They're getting attacked on the street, right?
I know.
I'm saying before that time, there was
a
time where certain Asians are like, they don't want to see either other Asians doing well or.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
What is that? What is that all about?
There's like so much Asian racism.
Hate.
Yeah, racism within the Asian community itself. It's like, you know, some Japanese people don't like Koreans or some like this and that, and it's like all this, and it's like we're not even that unified ourselves.
That's what
sometimes.
I'm saying. It's like, why? There's room for. Look, you know, I'll give you an example. It's like, you know, like if you're an Asian painter, right? And you're like, in your mind, you're like, I have to be the only one, right?
Yeah.
I have to be the only one that paints and uses these colors.
Because I think
when it's like, motherfucker, there's a room for other painters.
There's room for everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's just with like the Asian, like the way our mindset is just to like keep to ourselves and that kind of thing. So I think that's what everyone does.
But what does keeping to ourselves have to do with, you know, like hating on another person's progress or them doing well? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to. I
don't
what you're saying.
understand that either.
but you know, there's something to that. It exists. I've noticed that. You know, like I'll give you an example. Like I don't act or anything, but I'm sure if you're like an actor, like you know, like Grace Park or something. I mean, it's like her. Like let's say she just booked like Battlestar Galactica or something. I'm sure she would not like another Asian actress booking, not even Battlestar Galactica, but another sitcom or something like that.
Yeah, because I think there's just like not that many like roles out there, so we got to compete, you know.
Oh, maybe that's not a good example because that's a certain specific entertainment field. But like going back to painting or something else, let's say you're an Asian juggler. There's room for other Asian jugglers.
Oh, yeah. Right? I think it's just being with Asian, you want to be the best at everything. You know?
I understand that. But, dude, that doesn't mean there's room for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, let's say you have a store. And let's say it's a clothing store, right? And you're like, okay, I want my clothing store to be the best clothing store, have the best product in it, and I want it to do well. Why would you get mad at someone else that's down the street doing it?
That's
you know
what I'm saying.
They're
it's
not
like
even on your block.
We're all like trying to bring each other up, you know? Yeah.
Right?
I don't understand either. If anyone would like to let us know.
But I always wondered that, you know?
Yeah, I wonder that
too. Because I'm not
too.
like that. I'm like, oh, that's dope that they're doing
that. It's good because it's like, that's what I think too. But I can understand how they might think that way.
Maybe that's a problem, and I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, right? Because you know, we're at a sensitive time with Asian hate crimes. But think of this: maybe there's a reason why it's come to this point. It's because of the stuff we're discussing.
Yeah,
it's because of the reason behind it is because there's no Asian support with each other, like backing each other. That's why that's why, of course, you're going to be a victim because it's like the person right down the street, that's your brother or sister or your community. It doesn't even support you to begin with, you know? And then now that all this shit's happening, you're like, oh, that's not right. Asians unite. Yeah. It's like, that's bullshit. Because if that was the case, then you would have had their back back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from the get-go, from the jump.
I've always seen that because it's like you already know, like with each like little group within Asians, they already like don't like each other for certain reasons.
Right.
So, yeah, I can see that.
I just think that it's so weird now. Like it has to come to these tragic events of Asians getting jumped, and now you want to jump on board and say, hey, that's not right. Yeah. Let's do some pep rallies, and you know, it's like, motherfucker, like you weren't even supporting the Asian shit to begin with.
I know. Because I understand with all that stuff like angers me a lot. Because I was in the like protest for like Black Lives Matter and stuff in the summer.
Rightfully so.
I even got arrested.
Why?
Just because like you know how there was the curfew and stuff, and we were still out protesting. I was literally on my way home, and then we got kettled in by the police. And then we just got blocked in by a block on both sides.
Oh, okay, so they just
and then
ID'd you and said, hey.
Yeah, no, they actually treated us.
Did you get a warning or you get ticketed?
Yeah, we got ticketed, and I think somebody sued the government, was like made it so that none of us had to like actually go because at one point we all had to go to court for that.
Wow, that's crazy. Did you show up?
No, it got canceled. All of that got canceled.
Have you ever been busted for anything where you had to go to court?
No, that was like my first time like getting arrested or anything with the police, and I was like, this is it, guys. I'm going to jail. It's over. Yeah.
Now, as far as the weed, because weed's basically legal, right? It's legal, right?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts going back to the weed as far as, because it used to not be legal, you know, like in the 90s? It was only
like 2017, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's not for that long. Yeah. So I mean, that's changed the climate as far as, because I smell it all the time by In-N-Out Burger, wherever, you know, people are just walking smoking in their car on their, you know. But back then, when I was coming up, cats you had to be like a ninja.
Yes. It's funny now, like people can just be like smoking their freaking wax pens.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the motherfuckers blow whole blunts like on the street. They have all their shit out. Like, hey,
back in the day, we had to find a plug.
Yeah. So that's changed. That's different.
I still think it's so fucked up that we can be out here like openly smoking, and I can have my like Twitch stream of me smoking, but there's still people in jail for having like a gram on them. Yeah. That's so fucked up still. Like, I don't understand
like
any
just
of that.
A joint on them.
Yeah, especially like it would happen like when they were younger too.
And they're still in jail.
Yeah, and they're still in jail. Like,
they need to let those people out.
I know.
There's worse crimes than motherfuckers smoking a joint.
Especially with like weed, so many people are like, you know, white people will be gentrifying it. They got med men and all that stuff.
Yeah. Have you watched Be Real's Smoke Box?
No.
Well, his whole podcast, shout out to B. I'm a fan of Cypress Hill.
Ooh, okay.
His whole thing is they just hotbox into his car.
Ooh,
and they shoot the shit, and it's just like a hotbox.
Ooh, that would be
like
really
he's
fun.
Had Mike Tyson on there.
Oh, and every guest smokes.
And everyone smokes.
Oh.
It like gets super cloudy in there.
That would actually be really fun. I should just start doing that on my
Paul
Twitch
Wall's
stream.
been on there.
Ooh,
yeah, and so they're just shooting the shit. Yeah, like all the rappers and everything. They're on there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you have very interesting conversations when you're high.
Yeah. Like that's one thing I do miss.
Yeah.
I miss that.
You just start having these really intellectual conversations.
Now, do you think that it opens up certain barriers? Like,
I feel like for me, it makes me pretty like creative and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I can't dispute that.
Yeah.
Because even going back to the music making, the one thing I do miss is when I used to make like beats and write like the lyrics.
Yeah.
I was like in a different like state of mind when I was high. And not only that, like when I would listen to the music, I would hear more detail. Like, it's like, you know, like listening to Pink Floyd The Wall. Like, you can listen to it sober, but if you're fucking on acid or something, you're going to get a whole different experience.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I do miss is just like creative outlet and just the way it like kind of.
Because it must be nice. You just like sesh and have like a little music. Like Jill, I can't even talk.
I mean, imagine making music on it though, where you're like really creating something, and you're like, whoa.
I feel like a lot of my friends do that. Some of them they just do like producing on the side, and they just like smoke a lot of weed, and they get into it.
I'm sure it's a part of their process.
Yeah,
as well. It's
creative
like
process.
Smoke, sit, because the thing with this specific type of music, you need a lot of patience because you're sitting with a machine or a sampler or whatever you're using for hours at a time. So you would think that, oh, I would like to smoke, so because I'm going to be sitting here anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to your. So how often do you are you twitching and and then how did like can we talk about your channel more? Yeah.
So basically, I got into like doing streaming actually is from not even from Twitch. It's from East Meets East.
Can you explain to the viewers and listeners
East
what that
Meets East is an Asian dating app.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Asian dating app. You know how there's like they started making it for like specific people like Christian Mingle stuff like that. I think this one's for like Asians, I guess.
Isn't there another Asian site like Bagel Meets Coffee or something like that?
Oh yeah, I think that's another
like
one.
That?
Yeah. There's even one for like farmers or something.
Asian farmers?
No, there's like farmers, like just farmers.
Oh, okay, just farmers. Okay,
Yeah.
And it's a dating app.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
like, you had a profile on there?
Yeah, so basically East Meets East had this thing where they're trying to get more people to use their app, so they added a live streaming thing. So it was kind of like live streaming like how it is on Instagram Live. It was just mobile on your phone like that. So I used to work for them and I would stream on there, and that's how I got into doing all this streaming stuff in the first place. And then basically what I did back then was I just smoked and talked to people, and then people were interested. And then I think I ended up quitting East Meets East because it just got too much and the app was like not that good. It was like,
be honest,
technical difficulties.
Be honest, how many messages were you getting?
I was getting so many messages on there, but I wasn't checking
give me a
them.
ballpark. I'm just curious, like give me a ballpark estimate of
okay, well I think it just at one point it goes past 100 plus. It just stops counting the number.
Did it get to that point?
Yeah, it just got to that point because I was like streaming every single day.
How does one deal with that many messages? I've always wondered that.
Oh yeah, I think you just at one point you just stop reading. Like I still read all my messages.
Give me an example of what a stranger like. What would be their first line? Like, tell me what they would say.
Okay, well. It ranges anywhere from like hi to like I want to fuck you in the ass, like
what?
It really
that's their pickup. That's their first line opener.
Yeah, some people literally that's the first time they ever message me, and they're like, or I've gotten some. They're like, I've come to your photos 3 times this week, and I'm like, I did not need to know that.
Yeah. Oh. C-U-M.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, it's not the C-O-M-E.
Yeah.
It's C-U-M?
I forgot. I actually got a DM before of some guy who sent a video of himself like jacking off, but then panned up, and it was my Instagram on his computer screen.
Oh, that is creepy on so many different
why?
levels.
Why do people do this? Like, I don't need to know.
Yeah, so what outcome are they expecting from doing something like that?
I really don't. I think they think I'm going to, like, see it, and I'm going to be like, oh, my God, your dick is so big. I need that in my life. And then I'm going to drive or fly to wherever they are, and I'm going to, marry them.
So
I think that's what
I'm
they
sure,
think.
like, I'm glad you brought that up. How many do you get quite a few of those? Those pictures?
Oh, yes. It's just we don't want those.
What are let's tell the viewers, like, when do you have the right to do that and when not to do that?
Oh, you mean the unsolicited?
Yeah, you don't do it
pics?
unsolicited,
Yeah.
but what if you're receiving pictures from the girl first? Then
oh yeah, if you're sexting with someone and you guys have like a conversation going on, the vibe is good, then you can send a dick pic. Most of the time I think you still want the girl to send you something first before you send a dick pic.
So guys, don't do it. Don't do that for an opener. Don't do it if she's not asking for it first.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Just don't catch her off guard. Do it only if it's reciprocated. If the female is showing you that vibe first, then maybe that kind of gives you an open door to do that.
Just read the room.
Read the room first. But they can learn a lot from that.
Yeah. You don't even know. There's just some people like they think that that's how you say hi to girls.
Isn't that weird? Because like if you take this back in the day, like let's say the 90s or early 2000s, you wouldn't go up to someone on the street and go, "Hey."
Yeah. These are like real life flashers, basically.
It's like a flasher.
Yeah.
Modern day flasher.
Yeah, modern day flasher.
So are they? Oh, God, I can only imagine being a female on a dating site.
Oh yes, it's not even just like for me, because I know like obviously my Instagram, I have very risque photos and stuff like that. But even if it's just I have like my girlfriends that post really wholesome photos and they still get it. Yeah. So it's just you know,
like even with them, if they're just like walking their dog at a dog park, and then they'll be like, "Hey."
They're like, DM. I wish I was that dog or something. I don't even know.
So they could twist things to make it perverted or whatever.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, my God.
The amount of times that people have spun like a food story into something
like a mukbang into
into
a different kind
else,
of mukbang.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what? Already?
Oh, no, I just had a question.
Oh.
So when I initially found your profile, it was TikTok.
Oh, yes.
I know you're like really popping on there.
Yeah, so he asked about TikTok.
Oh, yeah. So TikTok, basically, I started it during quarantine. Like, I got on it really late.
Yeah, so what made you want to do TikTok?
I think it was
what's the appeal about TikTok?
I think it was just because, like, it was, like, short form videos, and I liked doing videos and stuff. I actually went to school for film, but like, so there's stuff like that. It was my background. I liked making YouTube videos, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll try this out. And like some of my other friends got really big on TikTok fast too.
How did they do that?
Oh.
Wait, explain what that format, isn't it like dancing? And
oh yeah, it's actually, I know a lot of people think TikTok is just like dancing.
But they're like 10-second videos, right, or something?
Oh no, they could be longer. They
like
go
a minute? What's the longest video?
Longest it can go up to a minute.
So you could do a minute video of anything. It could be you cooking or dancing or whatever.
There's actually a lot of tutorial stuff now on there, and then there's just this huge thing with like makeup and fashion, and then like
there's branding on it.
Yeah, you can get you
could get branding deals on it.
Yeah, I gotten
what?
Like I actually have more followers on all my platforms. It's
more than Instagram?
TikTok. Yeah.
What? How many followers do you have on TikTok?
I have like 110K, I think.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
More than your Instagram.
But I think TikTok is just
like over 40,000 more.
Yeah, but I think TikTok is just people follow more accounts on TikTok too.
Isn't it mostly for kids?
I thought that too. For the longest time, I was like, I am not going to download this. I will not be lip syncing to freaking songs.
Yeah.
But then, like, once you get on there, there's a lot of trends that people do.
Like give me an example of like a dance or like the new Drake song. Or
yeah, like that's how a lot of musicians get their songs popular now. Is like they just tie it to a TikTok dance.
Wait, how do they get?
Everyone does it, and then
wait, their song?
Yeah.
So they'll put their song on a TikTok dance video, and they'll get major hits.
Yeah, or it's just the song will get popular, and someone will make a dance to it. And
so that will help your music.
Yeah. So now there's starting to be a lot of like musicians and artists that would just make songs solely just for TikTok.
So how would you describe a TikTok song?
It has to be very catchy. And
so it has to be like a dance hit?
Yeah, like some 808s in there, like a lot of bass. Because that's good, because the TikTok...
For the catchiness
yeah,
of it?
also because another big thing on TikTok is they have this thing where they do transformations, where it's like you look bummy, and then you like the beat drops, and then you like look hot.
Oh, then it's you do videos like that where you're
so
like in your normal everyday clothes, and then boom, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, so there's like the Bust It challenge. I think my Bust It challenge kind of helped my account grow a little bit too.
What's that?
Bust It challenge, it was just like you look bummy, and then you like the next scene is you like squat down, and then you're like dancing a little bit, and you look hotter, and that kind of thing. It's like a transformation.
Me and Ren can't do that though, because it's like if right, it's like if
You guys could. You guys could.
If I have a tuxedo, maybe, and I'm like in some rags, then boom, I'm in a tuxedo. Like
that would be a good one.
Right?
Yeah, because that's basically the stuff I do on TikTok is a lot of like transformation stuff.
People like
trends, that. Yeah, they really like to see like they're like, oh my god, that's not even the same girl, and I'm like, I don't think I look that different.
You know? Honestly, those are your thoughts? Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I think I posted some, and then in the comments, people were like, "No way, that's the same girl," and I'm like, it still looks like me.
Yeah. Do you get girl haters?
No, not really.
Not at all.
Actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of girls supporting girls so far.
That's great. That's great. Now, like, how does one get like branding deals, or because people get paid off? I've always wondered that. Like, how do people get paid off TikTok?
Oh yeah, I think TikTok. You just get like businesses and like, because I have my email in my the bio. Yeah, I put my email everywhere. So I think businesses and brands just email you.
And has that happened with you as well? Give me an example of like a company or a business.
I have more on Instagram, but TikTok is this that the one. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that one. It's the Inhale Health.
What's that?
It's the one where it's like they got like melatonin and all that. And And you those ones, yeah. So that they just like they give you a product and they pay you, and then you just have to make like a TikTok post. And then maybe
tag them on it or.
And you tag them.
So it's kind of like an endorsement type deal, and then they'll pay you money.
Yeah, because basically you're giving them like
exposure on your platform. Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm sure kids are getting paid just doing TikTok.
Oh yeah, the bigger TikTokers, they can make a lot.
There's big TikTokers.
Yeah, the people who
the people know their name.
Yeah, I think the biggest.
Give me an example.
Is like right now is like Charlie D'Amelio. She's like #1, I think.
What makes her different?
But she has like 100-something million on TikTok. Yeah, and she just dances.
Okay, and then what makes her so special? Why is she getting 100 million?
I think like it was like I think she just had the like next, like not like the girl next door kind of quality where everyone's like, oh, I want to be like her, like, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
she's kind of like Emma Chamberlain. You know how Emma Chamberlain is to YouTube, where it's like the girl next door.
Yeah,
but
basically
she's like
that.
Really down to earth and that could be my homie, or that type of thing.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of them get big. They just.
Do you know who Emma Chamberlain is?
Yeah, she's a YouTuber. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I tell you Emma Chamberlain's story?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so me and my homie and my neighbor Craig were at Target, and we were in the elevator, and she was. I didn't know who she was, but she was in the elevator, filming a vlog.
Oh, okay.
With two of her homies, homegirls.
So vlog?
She was, and then she was vlogging. Like I'm sure she was there doing a vlog, but she was there to get another camera, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know who she was, and I might have sounded like a fool. But I ended up being in her vlog. Because people hit me up like, dude, you're in Emma Chamberlain's vlog, dude? I'm like, no, I'm not. Who the fuck who is that? But it has me going, this is what I sound like a fool. I'm like, excuse me, what kind of camera is that?
Wait, so that was your cameo?
That was my cameo in an Emma Chamberlain vlog.
Well, there you go.
I didn't know who she was. So that exchange happened. I go, okay, thank you. She said, it's a Canon 521. And then so I'm like, Craig's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know who. I thought she was just some kids. It looked like it looked like a nice camera. I'm like, it had because it had a monitor. It had like a screen on it. It was like that camera, that Lumix, but it had like this other flip out screen.
Oh, I see.
It looked like high tech. So I'm like, oh shit, that looks dope. And then and then I found out through just people DMing me like, dude, you're on Emma Chamberlain's new vlog.
Yeah, because hers gets like millions of views. You're just like, oh, I just got, millions of people saw me and I didn't even know.
So I thought it would be a good idea since, I made my embarrassing cameo to reach out to her like, hey, I'm that voice. I'm the little Asian guy in the elevator.
Screenshot of the screen grab of the video.
I'm the guy who asked about your camera. Hey, I have my own platform, you know, and then
Yeah, you should.
I did 0.
Oh.
What do you mean? Of course I should. I do it. I do it all the time. I mean, the thing about me is like people always ask me like, dude, you should get so-and-so. You should get so-and-so. How come you haven't reached it? I do. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I've done it 10 times.
Dude, I understand
I reach
that
out, and
too.
then not only that, if they don't respond, I even reach out again.
Oh, yes.
3 months later, hey, just checking in again. But the thing, go ahead.
Oh, no. I understand because I used to have a podcast with my 2 girlfriends. And then at one point we had like David Choi come on because I'm friends with him. And
He's been on here.
Yeah. And then
the musician?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
and
been
then,
on here.
Yeah. And then because we're friends.
David Choi, yeah.
Hey, David.
He's been on here, yeah.
And then we had our friend Jimmy Zhang come on because we're also friends. And then I remember I think like after having some of them on, then we were like, okay, let's reach out to other people. We reached out to Timothy De La Ghetto.
He's been on here?
Shout out to Timothy? But hey, Tim.
Yeah. You want to say something to Timothy right now?
I asked him and he responded to me and he said, yes, just one word, yes. And I was like, okay, great. Like, you know, what's your availability, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he never responded again.
But you have to figure a guy like that is so busy
I know,
with
it's
his brands
understandable.
and his podcast.
But I was like,
he just has
you
had a
said
kid.
yes.
Yeah. So are you saying that if I had one of Emma Chamberlain's homies first, then I could get Emma Chamberlain?
Oh yeah, probably. You know, gotta get your foot in the door. You know, gotta infiltrate her circle of friends.
But you know,
I don't know who that is though, but you got.
You know, I thought about it, but because I'm like thinking, like that's not a sure shot thing. Like, so what? I get her, right? That's not. It's 50-50. You know, like just because she does it doesn't mean it's gonna blow up my channel by any means. It might.
No, I'm sure it would.
Do you think it can't hurt though?
Yeah,
right?
it can always like help you.
It can't hurt. I'm thinking with a person like that popular, right? Because she is popular. I mean, talk about like
very
success,
influential.
You know? The amount of business emails that she gets on a daily basis.
At that point, they just have a manager, don't they?
I don't know. I mean, I tried to do directly to her. But I'm guessing that she's gonna. I mean, it'd be a miracle if she happened to see my message and go, okay.
Yeah, and it has to be at the perfect time because they might look at it and yours might be at the bottom or something. Yeah. You know. What
makes her so popular? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Actually, I think it's just what you said. It was like the YouTuber, like girl next door kind of thing.
Is it that?
Like that's a lot of reasons why.
I've been observant. I'm like trying to study her shit and like okay, like her, you know, all of her shit's quality. She probably has the best cameras, best editing equipment, right? But what makes her so special in this?
I know. I think it's just her at that point.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said fucking anything. I'm a fool. God, I'm an idiot. No, I'll put it this way. If I would have known who she was, I wouldn't have said shit. I just would have been. I would have been thinking these things.
No, but then you might not have ended up in her video. Then you know.
But it's not even. It's just my voice.
Oh, like I thought your face. I thought your face.
Oh, that's pathetic.
This whole time I thought you got like your face in it.
No, it's just me off camera. Excuse me. What kind of camera is that?
You gotta send her the voice clip.
No. Oh, like what kind of camera is that? What kind of camera is? No. Oh. I sounded like, because I hate the sound of my own voice. I probably sounded so annoying to her and her friends. Like, get him away from here.
But that's everyone. Everyone doesn't like the sound of their own voice. I don't like the sound of my own voice.
But can you hear? You could hear me now, right? It's high. Wouldn't you say it's falsetto high?
Yeah, you can sing if you wanted to. I
think. But if I do this, I might sound more manly.
Yeah. Drop a little octave right
there. Now you mentioned 10, 5. Wow, it flew by.
Yeah.
Let's really focus. When do people tune into your Twitch? Streaming?
Okay. So basically, I stream on like 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Usually Monday through Thursdays on Twitch, and then random streams on the weekend, just depending. If you want to follow my Discord, that's where I put like my schedule if it changes and stuff like that. Yeah, come through.
how do they best support you? Do they subscribe? I mean, not only watch, but can't they subscribe and support?
On Twitch, you can subscribe, but subscribing costs is $5, and it's understandable. It's tough times now, so really just coming through and just being a viewer helps a lot, because with Twitch, like, having more viewers helps you, because that's how you get bigger. With more views, then people see your stream more and all that.
Yeah. So is that a monthly fee? And then if they do the $5?
Yeah. If you subscribe, it's $5 for a month. And basically what you get is like no ads, and then you get
get ad free.
Yeah, ad free.
So they could just go right to it.
Because the thing is, usually when you watch streams on Twitch, there's always advertisements on it. And then on top of that is you get to play games with me on Discord.
What else? Like, this is good.
Yeah, because then usually on Discord I'll have game nights sometimes where I'll play Fall Guys with people, and then Among Us.
A first-person shooter? What is that?
Oh, it's kind of like, it's like. I don't even know how to explain. It's kind of like Fortnite, where it's like one person. You play together with friends, but then like one person wins at the end.
Okay, that's what's up. And so they get more like personal kind of an experience.
Yeah.
There are positives to that, opposed to just not donating.
Yeah, because
if you do donate, look at all this cool shit.
I know.
Yeah, so you donate and then you get more.
Yeah, and if you donate, then you get to be part of like movie nights, because I'll have movie nights on Discord.
You never said that.
Yeah, I'll have.
So, okay, let's talk. So you'll watch a movie with them.
Yeah, so that's a fun part. Is like you can just put on whatever movie, we'll watch it together, and most of the time we smoke while we watch it, which is another fun thing. And then it's just like, we'll have those maybe like a couple times a month, so you'll see some of that.
What kind of movies?
A lot of them, it really depends. I've been
watching
watching
movies.
Some horror movies.
Like, have you seen The Ring or something with them, maybe?
Oh, no. We watched something called The Platform, which is from Netflix.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was crazy,
yeah, that was
right?
Crazy. Yeah, that was
I remember
crazy.
I watched that, and I was like, this movie's crazy. I need them to watch it. And I forced them to watch it with me. You know how it's a little, like, gory and stuff?
Yeah.
They're like, Jack, what did you make us watch?
Yeah. Have you gotten a message where a person is watching the movie and they message you like, I feel like we're on a date together. I feel like this is a real live dating experience that I'm having.
No, I haven't. But I actually have told people that sometimes. I'm like, when I'm doing a mukbang kind of stream.
Oh, so you do mukbang
like,
too?
Yeah, it's just all over.
I'd
be doing like mukbangs, cooking streams, like smoking and chilling, or playing video games. Or I've done like challenges where like someone made me eat like the ghost pepper chip. That was the most painful experience.
Like, or a hot sauce
challenge. No, the ghost pepper chip was like the worst time of my life.
Yeah. All right, so I'm glad that you mentioned these things. So they know now there's a variety of different things that you do on your Twitch as well, right? Can we plug your Twitch channel again? How do they find you? And spell it out so they know.
And my @ for everything is JAGKOLEEN. And that's my handle for Twitch, my handle for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Basically all the platforms I have the same username. Luckily, I got to keep the same one.
Okay. And then subscribe today.
Yes.
Pay the $5.
Join the Twitch fam.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that's it. Do you do it on the weekends as well?
Yeah. I have like some streams on the weekends where I'll like do it where I'm drinking with my friends and stuff like that. So come through. It's just like a little kickback vibe.
Yeah. And then as far as someone out there in the world out there wanting to Twitch, like do you have any pointers for them?
Oh yeah.
Advice? Consistency maybe?
Yeah, consistency is a huge one. Like, it's okay if you're not going to have a lot of viewers in the beginning, because that's going to happen to everyone. Like, when I first started, even though I had a following on like From East Meets East, it still took a while for my Twitch to grow, because like for the longest time, even if you just have your friends watch your streams and then just leave it on in the background, just having a viewer helps with your Twitch growing.
Right.
And even if you have to stream on your phone, that's totally fine, because I didn't have a setup when I started.
So you have a full-on setup now.
Yeah, I have a full-on setup now with like a mic and all that, but like before, I started streaming on Twitch on my phone. and I just did it on my phone. And for the longest time, people were like,
phone,
yeah, but then I think you can't see your like notifications when people subscribe and stuff when you stream mobile. So then I was getting subscriptions and stuff in the beginning, and I was like, I didn't know about any of it because I didn't know I was getting anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are good things to know. Like, so be consistent and
also,
whatever
like,
you have to start doing it. Right?
Yeah, and also to just like get acquainted with other streamers, because the thing is,
collaborating.
yeah, because if you raid other people,
What's raid?
Raid is where you bring your viewers to their stream. So if you have like 500 viewers, I can bring all 500 to theirs, so they get 500 viewers.
How often do you do that?
Usually I try to raid at the end of every single stream, like if you have time. Yeah. So then, because you raid other people, and then people will raid you, and then it's like,
that helps you
and that'll help. It's like everyone helping each other, because you know we're all trying to make money on there.
Oh yeah. And what are the ways to make? I'm just curious. What are the ways to make?
Oh yeah. So you can get money through donations, obviously, and then also.
Don't you need a certain amount of subscribers to do that?
I think like you can always get donations, because I get my donations through PayPal, through Streamlabs, which is like a second thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it depends where you want your donation. Some people just take it on Venmo and stuff like that. I just take PayPal because. Oh yeah, that's another thing is like people on Twitch can do that. Well, they'll donate to you, but they can charge it back. So like it looks like, and then so it looks like you got $100. Yeah, and then they'll charge it back, and then later PayPal will like refund them their money.
Why do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. So
just to mess with you?
Yeah, so then I had to put in my bio like no chargebacks and all that stuff like that.
You had it just through trial and error and people doing that. That's
because that definitely happened before. I remember someone was like, oh, like say hi or something, and I'll send whatever, and then you did it, and then they didn't do it, and you're like, what the?
That's crazy. That's crazy. So start twitching today if you want to do it. I mean, I have to tell myself that, because people been asking me, you should be streaming, because I play Warzone every night with my brother and the homies, and we play. I mean, but the only problem is I don't want to say the wrong thing because it's live, or like if my brother says something, or I don't want anyone to. To get in trouble or anything, So
it's understandable. Yeah, there's a whole nother like thing with doing live streams, because you can't.
Once it's out there, it's out there. Like
definitely, there's like footage of me like coughing for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's better than saying the wrong shit.
Most of the time, I just like once we start getting into the touchy area, I'm like, okay, let's just. How's everyone's day?
Yeah. Well, definitely say the Twitch channel again, spell it out. Yeah, I'd like to always make sure. Go ahead.
My Twitch is at Jagkoleen, Jagkoleen, and that's for all my social media platforms. So come through to my Twitch and subscribe. It'll be a good time, I promise. If you don't have a good time, your money back. I don't know.
Dude, it was an honor having you. I just have a few announcements, and we're going to wrap it up here. Okay, so we do have a Patreon attached to the podcast. If you want to help support, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. Go to www.steebeeweebeeshow.com for anything else. We have merch up there. Just know that the shipments may be a little bit delayed because of COVID. Instagram/QUANGOU. All my music's at SteebeeWeebeeBandcamp.com. There's a new music video out right now called Oh Rodeo Man, so check that out. And then maybe check out the album I Feel Stir Crazy on my Bandcamp at SteebeeWeebeeBandcamp.com. If you want to send any packages or fan mail or anything, send all your stuff to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. And I think that's it, dude. It was awesome having you.
Thank you.
A Little Ray might be coming soon.